Hello everybody, Lucarios here, and welcome to week 1 of TEC Season 6. The Leeds Lucarios go up against DeadRed and the San Fransisco Falinks, who I only noticed when I imported the logo that it had the JoJo's text in it, which I'm not quite sure how to feel about that one. I mean, you can read that little blurb about him if you want, that he's written there on the team page. I need to do my own one at some point actually. But this is a really weird matchup. It's not a bad matchup, it's just an awkward one in the sense that he has 11 mons, he could bring 10 of them, and 10 of them put in a lot of work. The one, obviously, apart, and then Murkrow. Because I actually really rate the kind of team he's drafted, where everything's in the mid-tier range, where his highest points one is Gengar, at 15, and then he's got like some 14s, a load of 14s and 13s as the core of the team. I actually rate that so much. And I'm glad that someone has drafted like that. It's just because it's just very awkward to prep for. Because like whereas with my team you kind of know, well, Coco and Celestia are going to be coming most weeks. Zapdos is going to be coming most weeks. With this one, genuinely 10 of the 11 ones could come and put in work here. So that's wonderful and very, very awkward. So this is actually the first of 3 rematches I have this season. And last season things did not go well. It should have been a 6-0 really, but I got a freeze and it ended up being a 5-0, which is... I didn't prep very well for that game. I didn't play very well in that game, so hopefully I can turn all of that around here and get back. So getting into his team, Salamence is great. I feel like it gets overlooked a lot now because of power creep, but it's still incredibly strong. 2 great abilities in Intimidate and Moxie. You can run it a variety of ways. I could see a bulkier set coming here with Intimidate potentially, if he wants to try and do that, because he has a lot of offensive options on the team that you can kind of do. So Salamence doesn't always have to be offensive. One thing I would say looking down his team is he maybe lacks sweeper options that aren't Salamence Dragon Dancing, so that's maybe a real issue he's going to run into. So Dragon Dance Salamence is definitely a big threat here. That's his Scarfed Moxie, which I could definitely see coming as well. I think someone brought Scarfed Moxie against me before in a league and it did really well, so there's definitely a lot of options. However, he does have to be kind of careful about his move slots, because he'll want kind of physical attacks to be able to break floors and stuff, but then like taking Fire Blast makes a lot of sense to try and deal with Celesteela, so he could run it a variety of ways for sure. In this one, Skarmory is just a great bulky Steel Flying, gets Roost, Defog, is basically the best hazard controller in the metagame because it can remove and it can set with Spikes and Self Rocks. You can even do weak armor stuff, which I don't anticipate here because he kind of needs it defensively to be checking Zapdos in this matchup. I definitely anticipate Skarmory though because it is his best Zapdos check, as I said. It's a weird team because I'll skip Booley for now and talk about Bronzong because I don't understand why Skarmory and Bronzong are on the same team here. And I know they don't have exactly the same weaknesses, but they basically share the same purpose on this team. And it's really strange to me to have Skarmory and Bronzong, because the only time I ever see Bronzong being more useful than Skarmory at doing the same thing in a matchup is to check like a fairy that gets Mystical Fire because you can run Heat Proof. That's literally it, because they both rock, they both get body press, they both do all the same stuff functionally. So I'm not quite sure why they're on the same team, and I feel like they will get in each other's way for him this season. But that's just me. Bulu is kind of the epitome of this matchup being weird, because on one hand it's awful because it never breaks Celesteela, it gets destroyed by Zapdos, it's destroyed by like Delphox as well. I have something else, Scolipede absolutely destroys it as well. On the other hand, it actually checks Coco fairly well defensively, because he will kind of anticipate me not bringing Brave Bird, which I haven't. As you can see there, I feel like he'll anticipate that and maybe bring Especially Defensive Bulu to check Coco fairly well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that. At the same time, it can actually do, because I'm running Spadef Steeler, do like 40% to move close combat. So it could be pretty awkward to deal with. I have got it on my provisional layouts because I feel like it coming as kind of a secondary Coco check makes a lot of sense. But really, he could bring any of the 10 mons on his team and they would do well, realistically. My low tick, I'd say, is maybe the least likely out of those 10 to come. Functionally, because it doesn't really check anything on my team that the seismitoad doesn't. And this is where they kind of get in each other's way as well, where, yeah, seismitoad adds a ground type, so it's an edge community. and the grass weakness that they share is actually very well protected across the rest of the team. Like if you look through it, it's like incredibly well protected. So I'm not as against that, them both being on the same team. But in this matchup specifically, they just get in. Seismitoad just does everything that Milotic would do, but better. Unless he wants to run Coil Milotic, which he did bring against me last season, so I wouldn't rule it out. Otherwise, I don't really see Milotic coming here. It definitely could, though, and it could be annoying. I think if there's one thing I'm the most confident in coming, it's a Scarfed Gengar, because he can run it to be faster than Coco and faster than Scarfed Zapdos, which are probably my two biggest threats. It's a nice way to check them offensively. It also does a lot of damage to Celesteela, because he'll probably anticipate physically defensive Celesteela to check Bulu well, but I've kind of gone on the assumption that he is far more likely to bring the Gengar than he is to bring the Bulu. So on that assumption, I still check Bulu fairly well with Celesteela, and with the team composition I have, Bulu shouldn't get to click an attack realistically. Gengar just can, because it will be faster than my entire team. The main thing I actually struggle to switch into is Obstagoon. Guts Flame Orb, as I've shown with Machamp in ADBL, is incredibly strong and it hits incredibly hard. Florges does not check it, even if it's fully physically defensive, because Facade does like 70%, and Poison Jab will do even more. It's a big problem. Big problem. So hopefully I can kind of play. I've had to go with a more offensive route in this game because I don't check a lot of his offense that well. I don't check Salamence that well. I don't check Gengar that well. I don't check Obstagoon that well. But my offense does deal with his defense quite well. So I've kind of gone, okay, the smarter way to play this game is to play it more offensively. And try and keep the momentum up. The lead is huge in this matchup as well, because if he gets momentum at the start, it puts me in a very awkward position. I need to have that momentum at the start of the game for sure. 100% lead is very important here. Seismitoad, as I said, just great bulky water. I think Seismitoad is actually probably the most likely individual Mon bring, but he could do it a couple of different ways. And obviously the obvious way to think of it is, okay, standard, you know, Spadef set, run Rindo Berry to take a grass knot from Coco, do all of that good stuff. I could also see a world where he kind of goes, okay, he's not bringing Brave Bird, so let me bring Bulu, especially defensively, to check Coco. Defensively, and then I bring a Scarf Seismitoad to try and catch him out on Coco, which has been done before, not against me, but against other people, because Scarf Seismitoad is not bad, it's got good attacking stats. I could genuinely see him trying to do that, which is good for me because it means he massively underestimates Delphox, which hopefully is going to put in a lot of work in this matchup. So that would actually be a good thing for me because Delphox obviously beats Bulu, whereas Seismitoad checks Delphox defensively as well. So if he goes with that composition, it means Delphox can really go in. Hitmonlee, I've definitely under-prepped for because it's less of a threat, realistically. But against the team I am bringing, Hitmonlee kind of can just get a kill every time it comes in at a certain point, so that's pretty scary. Yeah, and Charizard can also be very annoying. Like, I was calculating on some weird Specs set, and Specs Overheat does 70% to Florges with the set I've brought. So it's like, it can actually do a lot of work, the Charizard, and it's a fairly likely bring because otherwise he doesn't have anything that's hitting Celesteela super effectively. So I really wouldn't be surprised to see the Charizard, and I always put it on the layout rather than Bulu to start with, because I think it is actually more likely to bring than Bulu, because he will definitely want something that's going to threaten Celesteela. Let's see that. So that's his team. So getting into the team I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it. Starting off with this Coco here, and I may regret not having, one, having Life Orb, and two, not having Defog for longevity purposes. But as I said a minute ago, I'm hopefully going to be playing this one very offensively. It's hopefully not going to be that long a game, so it shouldn't be a massive deal. And Life Orb is really nice at guaranteeing me a kill on Skarmory. It guarantees me the kill with Thunderbolt, obviously. Guarantees me the kill on Salamence with Dazzling Gleam. It guarantees the kill on Obstagoon with Dazzling Gleam. It guarantees something else as well. I think it's like it makes Grass not a 50-50 roll on Seismitoad as well. That's massive. And the nice thing about his speed tiers is that his fastest thing is Gengar at 110, which I think he brings Scarf anyway, but I've still crept it. But it does mean I can run Modest here, because nothing actually forces Coco to run Timid. And as I said, I do think he'll run Scarf Gengar and be faster, or maybe Scarf Mence, to be fair, because with Earthquake it can do the same thing. But obviously Earthquake isn't a great move to lock into against me because I've got two flying types at the top of my roster, so I feel like Gengar is the more logical Scarfer. But it means I hit very, very hard, basically, with this, and I basically U-turn out, get stuff in, do all of that. Celesteela's here. We've got the specially defensive set, and essentially this checks Gengar pretty well, which is why I've got Earthquake. This checks Bulu if it's like offensive and stuff, or even if it's not offensive. I can heavy slam it for like 60%, even if it's max HP. If it's max HP, even, rather, which is insane damage. Celesteela's a beast. It checks Ments fairly well because I'm not going to take much from the physical attacks anyway because they're resisted, and then I'd take like I think it's 35-ish from Fire Blast if it's naive or whatever. So that's not bad damage at all. And then Obstagoon as well. I take like 50-ish from the first knockoff when I lose my item, but after that I stay. Obviously, don't take as much, so I can live it after that. So that's why I've got Leech Seed Protect, because Obstagoon does do a lot of damage, but hopefully I shouldn't be letting Obstagoon get an attack off. And if it does, it will be in the later game after stuff has died, and I kind of sack something instead, which I think is more what I want to be doing rather than letting Celesteela go there. I'm going to be trying to play this one on the front foot, because the team I have can definitely be played very defensively in games. I'm trying to play it very offensively here because I think that's the best way to go with the matchup, and it does mean, because I've got Earthquake, Heavy Slam, I can actually change my nature to being minus special attack which is careful, because I originally had Flamethrower on this set before I put Protect on there, so I could 1v1 Skarmory, but I was thinking, hold on, I have a couple of things that beat Skarmory. I actually need this to 100% check the Gengar, 100% check the Obstagoon well, and check Bulu well. And having Leech Seed Protect was a better way to do that, whereas I have other things that can take on the Skarmory well. Like, Celesteela isn't going to be switching in on Skarmory. Coco actually comes in for free on the Skarmory every time, pretty much, which is hopefully what I'm going to be trying to do with this. Galarian Zapdos here, and this is exactly what I mean in the draft recap I did, where I kind of, paraphrasing, I said, like, on this team, Galarian Zapdos can do so much more than it could on the team I had it on before, because it's not forced into being a Scarfer here, and this is exactly what I mean here. On that team, Scarf Zapdos has to come 100% here, because then it guarantees I'm faster than Ments, guarantees I'm faster than Charizard, means I'm faster than non-Scarf Gengar, which I think he'll run Scarf Gengar to be faster than Scarf Zapdos anyway. Which means I lose out on 2 shots and stuff. Banded Zapdos, Close Combat, has 1 switch in and it's Intimidate Salamence, other than Gengar obviously. The Intimidate Salamence lives 2. Skarmory, if it's leftovers from full, it's a 50-50 roll on whether 2 kill. Bronzong doesn't take 2. Seismitoad almost dies to 1. It's ridiculous. I've still gone max speed there, so I speed time max speed Charizard, max speed Salamence, which I don't know if he runs, but he may have to try and speed tide that. I think logically in this game, Scarf Zapdos makes a lot of sense, but because of my team composition, where I've got a Coco that's faster, a Delphox which is faster, and effectively a Scarf Sharpedo, I don't need it to be fast here. So I can focus instead on it just wall breaking and breaking through this team really nicely, because in theory Skarmory should be his switch into this, and if I can get rid of Skarmory, that allows Sharpedo to sweep in the late game, which is kind of what this is there to do. This is there to eliminate Skarmory, basically, and he has very few switch-ins to Banded Close Combat. Even if he goes Ments to get the Intimidated stuff, that's still good damage on Ments, which I believe allows Celesteela to kill with Heavy Slam. I should check that count before the game. Then we've got this Florges here. Of the leftovers, we've got all the defense on there because this checks Salamence fairly well. This kind of one, it does 1v1 Obstagoon. It doesn't 1v1 Gengar, it was never going to, but it switches into like Zard as well, switches into Hitmonlee, and it's there just to provide Wish for the team. I could essentially Wish and get into one of my offensive mons and get healed back up and take a hit, which is kind of like getting momentum. That's kind of what it's here for. It's not going to be walling much specific, it's kind of acting as glue for me to be able to get between my offensive mons here. It's not its greatest matchup, but I needed something else that was going to be taking the hits that wasn't Celesteela, because Celesteela just kind of can get stuck sometimes and not being able to switch out, whereas Florges I can throw a Wish up and then I can switch into a Coco which is good natural bulk, or a Zapdos which has good natural bulk, take 1 hit and get healed back up, and I get those ones in pretty nicely there. And we've got the Sharpedo with the Life Orb, and I debated for a long time whether I wanted to bring physical or special in this matchup, and it was a really tough one to go for. but I, in the end, decided to go for physical because I can beat Seismitoad, and that's in like the Scarfed Seismitoad situation potentially, or just Seismitoad in general if he tries to preserve it. Got the life orb, we've got Protect to get the speed up, which allows me to be faster than like Mence or Zard, and Gengar if it's not Scarfed. After 2 speed boosts, I'm faster than Scarfed Gengar. That's what the speed's there for. I believe the speed's also there for me to outspeed Scarfed max speed Scarfed Seismitoad after 1 Protect, just in case that comes, because I felt a bit. It feels very pointless to put loads of HP on a Sharpedo because it doesn't take a hit anyway. It's got no defenses, but I have got 72 in Spadef there, which I believe allows me to take any hit from Gengar apart from Focus Blast, which is pretty nice, surprisingly. Crunch is there just to hit stuff generally. It's like 90% on Bronzong. It's like 40% or 35 even on Skarmory, so that's why I need Skarmory gone. Skarmory's the main thing that stops this winning, because it can just body press back and kill. Ice Fang is there for Mence, which obviously if he's Intimidate Mence, it kind of stops the sweep a little bit, but if it's Moxie Mence, which I think is better in this matchup, then obviously that does a lot there. It does a lot to Bulu as well. I almost ran Poison Jab, but I think Mence is more of an issue. And then Liquidation is just a good general hit against like Skarmory. Not the Seismitoad obviously because of Water Absorb. So if Seismitoad is still around, I probably don't click Liquidation because it's a bit too risky. But it's a nice move to just hit in general. Otherwise, and then the bit of spice here, I guess, with the Fire type, is this Delphox here with Power Herb, Solar Beam, Flamethrower, Cycling, Dazzling Gleam. I have enough speed to outspeed max speed Benson Zard, which unfortunately means I can't be modest here, but then I've got the rest in special attack and a bit in HP. Power Herb, Solar Beam does like 60% to Rindo Berry Seismitoad. It kills non-Rindo Berry Seismitoad. So if he does that thing that I said where he brings especially defensive Bulu to check Coco, and then more like a Scarf Seismitoad to try and trick me offensively, I will just kill it with Solar Beam basically, which is nice. Flamethrower does a lot to Bronzong, does a lot to Skarmory. Dazzling Gleam is like 80% on Salamence, and then Psychic's just a nice move to click in general. In a lot of situations, Flamethrower will do a lot to Bulu as well. So that's that. Like the combination of stabs here is really, really nice against his team. The one thing this doesn't do that well against after I use my Solar Beam is Milotic. If he brings Spadef or anything. And Milotic, fully physically defensive Milotic with Flame Orb and his burn can also live 2 hits from Zapdos. I forgot to mention that one. That's the other thing that can live 2 hits from Zapdos, but I don't know how likely Milotic is of a bring, personally. But if Zapdos, all it does is break Milotic as well, that's worth it as well, because that would be another thing that would stop Sharpedo sweeping. So hopefully this Delphox can put in a lot of work. The idea is it should eliminate the Seismitoad, which allows me to just click just Thunderbolt on Coco, hopefully. And doing that, and essentially I can Solar Beam into Seismitoad, and then Grass Knot from Coco will kill. And this is likely going to be my lead because it matches up well against a lot of his very likely leads, like the Scar, the Bronzong. He's got a lot of rockers. Like, there's so many rockers on this team. And then hopefully I will be clicking Power Herb Solar Beam on the first turn to catch the Seismitoad trying to come in. And that's kind of what I'm going to... That's in most situations what I'm going to try and lead with. So I'll go for that. So I will see you guys in the match. Okay, so here we are in the battle. And as predicted... yeah, I got half the team right that I thought he was going to bring. No Mence, no Gengar, no Obstagoon. Probably the 3 ones I was the most scared of. Which probably means I'm going to get absolutely destroyed by a bloody Hitmonlee. Which will probably cause me some issues. So let's reallocate where my defense is going in this game. So Celesteed is obviously checking Bulu. It's probably going to be checking the Hitmonlee as well. And switching into Milotic potentially. And then Florges is probably dealing with Zard. So my defense EVs are kind of in the wrong place now. I wish I had physically defensive Steeler and especially defensive Florges. But very surprised to see no Gengar specifically, because I thought Gengar made a lot of sense. It probably means either the Hitmonlee is scarfed or the Hitmonlee could be Electric Seed and he's trying to take advantage of my terrain. I could definitely see that coming. That wouldn't surprise me at all, actually. If he brings Electric Seed, Hitmonlee to try and use my terrain, or his own terrain, because there is terrain to work with here. Or Scarfed Zard could be doable here as well. And yeah, Milotic's the only thing that can come in on Zapdos at all, and that's only after it's burned. Okay, yeah, he turned it on by accident. Sorry, will be just a sec. Skarm, and then Zard, Hitmonlee. Yeah, so this is the only thing with having the layout. It does take me a little bit longer to set up the battle. So I put those way too close. But no seismitoad. Why is there no seismitoad? That's insane. I should have brought Volt Switch. I would have been able to freely click Volt Switch here. That's insane. But logically right, Delphox is a brilliant lead. Because I essentially lead Delphox on one of the rockers in Skarmory or Bronzong, and then I go for Power Herb Solar Beam into the Milotic. The only way that goes sour is if he leads Milotic to get Flame Orb off at the start. But I don't massively anticipate that, so I think my Delphox lead is solid here, as I said in team preview, so I'm going to go and do that. And he does lead Tapu Bulu to get terrain up, I assume. That's perfect. What I will just check is, can I do like... Because I don't have to worry about Milotic being scarfed or whatever for some reason. But my Solar Beam's gonna, if it's physically defensive, gonna do that much. Flamethrower plus Solar Beam isn't gonna kill or anything. So I like just hard Solar Beaming turn 1. Or is that a bit risky? Because Milotic can flip turn. I don't really want to lose momentum in the game, I'd say. So I might middle ground. I might mid ground Psychic. How much does Psychic do to Bulu? It's probably going to be some death, right? So it's not going to do much. Yeah, it's not going to be doing much. Unless he Stone Edges, it's not going to do much to me either. I am happy to Solar Beam turn 1 here. And yeah, I catch the Milotic. And this is going to be terrain boosted as well, actually. Yeah, that's nice damage. That is nice damage. And I actually steal his Flame Orb! I completely forgot about that. So that's actually amazing, because I now 2-shot from full with Zapdos. I completely forgot to mention that in the thing. I didn't realise that would activate turn 1. I thought it would be after I attacked again, but yeah, I steal his item with Magician once I get rid of my Power Herb. So that's like the one time you're ever going to use Delphox's ability. That is about the best turn 1 I could have had. Now, I'm down to go Florges here, to be honest, because... Yeah, I'm going to go Florges here, because if he flip turns, he actually doesn't have anything that's going to massively try and threaten the Florges other than Bulu. And Bulu isn't maybe going to come in on that if it's more of a bulky set. And there's also a good chance he just recovers here. But stealing the Flame Orb is amazing there, which is not at all... Yeah, he just recovers. So, which is not at all what the intention of that play was, but it's actually worked out really well. So I'm going to Wish here as he goes Bronzong. I just get a Wish off. And I like the idea of just going into my Tapu Koko here. Even if he Earthquakes, it's not going to do much. Oh, it will do a little bit. He Iron Defenses. So that's fine. Even if he'd Earthquake there, I would have taken a lot, but I would have got the Wish back. It wouldn't have been a big deal. Now, I'm assuming a Bulu is coming here. Right, you got to assume a Bulu's coming here. Let me just look at... Because I may just click Thunderbolt, you know. Because it should do a good chunk. And then I can U-turn out the following turn. Do I one-shot this with surely I one-shot a Bronzong. Oh no, I don't actually. Does like an Earthquake from him kill me? No, I do live it. So I will actually T-bolt. Yeah, because he does stay in. Calm Mind, okay. That's not too bad, because I do two-shot it from here. But this isn't great, realistically. Because the thing is, I kind of need this for Scam and Milotic. No, but I also have... I need it for Milotic, mainly. Because the thing is, he goes for like... Well, actually, let me... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly check Bronzong's Learn pool. Can I get anything to hit Celestina? It's going to be like Body Press, right? Body Press. It doesn't get like a fire move or anything. No. It can Meteor Beam, that'd be funny. So, if we have Celesteela against you with Body Press, because I'm assuming the set is Body Press Jarable right now. That's what I'm assuming. If he goes +2 defense, and let's assume he's fully physically defensive with Impish. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not scared of that, really. Yeah, I'm not really scared of that. Because it's going to go for stored power. Yeah, I'm not really scared of that. I'm not really scared of that. He's taking his time on this. He might switch, you know. He might switch, because I don't understand why he's... Because, realistically, if he had gotten rid of Celesteela, that could have put in a lot of work late game. If he'd gotten rid of Celesteela and Coco was weaker, that would put in a lot of work. But he is going to be staying in here. I'm just going to go into Celesteela, because he can't beat me and he can't recover. That's the key thing. Oh, he's got rest, but it failed because of electric terrain. Okay. So, okay, right. This is interesting. There's no way he Earthquakes this turn, right? So if I bring out, like, Delphox, and he's +1s for death, it's a roll. It's leftovers as well, I missed that. But it wouldn't kill after leftovers or anything. So I have 2 turns before he rests. Right, so it's Iron Defense, Calm Mind, Rest, and what? Gyrable. It's never going to break Steeler. It never breaks Steeler. I missed Leech Seed, of course it did. And it goes for Calm Mind again. Like, it's never breaking Steeler. So he will switch eventually. He has to. Like, he's got Iron Defense, Calm Mind, Rest, and, like, Gyrable. Or... like... This is a weird set. I don't know how I feel about this set. If I'd stayed in with Coco, it would be dead. It would be dead if I'd stayed in with Coco, because it would have wasted rest. Yeah, it's one attack, rest and what? It's just he's just gonna keep Calm Minding. He can rest now, which is like that's fine. I think he's what? He's +3 Spadef now. Yeah, I'm not doing much. Not doing much. I can literally just sit here with Steeler. He rests, right? Torpedo is seriously good here. It actually is not really. I could use Shark to do. I could use Torpedo to do this because I had it on +2 attack. He goes +2 defense. Rest is 3 turns, and I 3-shot with Crunch. So I don't want him to attack here though. That's the only thing. I really don't want him to attack here. It might just like explode or something random. Like, I'm just gonna heavy slam and play it safe and do 8%. But he iron defenses again. So maybe he rests this turn. Thing is, if I crit, yeah. Oh, he rested that turn. He's asleep for 3 turns. It never beats Steeler though. Like, it's oh god, what? It's +3. It's ×3, so that's +4, isn't it? Yeah, like I don't. Oh god, I hate this. Wait, watch this be sleep talk. Watch him throw out a sleep talk here. Oh, it's heat proof. It's heat proof. Okay. That's really good actually. Yeah, people are leaving, so it's heat proof. So I just need a crit. I need a crit. So it wakes up and it rests again. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? It's pee-pee. It's a pee-pee stool. So it's a pee-pee stool. For a Bulu win. Because it only takes one simple move to end this. He's just trying to pee-pee stall Celestealer, which honestly I don't mind him doing actually. I don't know how I feel about that. Wait, what's the... So he rests there. 1 sleep. This is now 2 sleeps. And then on him clicking rest again, I'm going to go Sharpedo. Because a crit crunch stops him doing this, and he'll be asleep. So basically, I click crunch twice to try and get the crit. Okay, it's Shadow Ball. It's Shadow Ball. Right, it's Shadow Ball. Wait, how much do I do? 27. Yeah, I'll click crunch. It will almost kill. If I die here, that's fine. He rests. So, and I'm actually with Leech Seed. I am playing off the life orb. Why is the last move Shadow Ball? Why is the last move Shadow Ball? A crit ends it, so I just need a crit. And I got crit earlier this week in the TEC versus IGL bloody server war. I got crit trying to run a Cosmic Power Mew after like 5 attacks. If I cannot get a crit here in however many crunches this ends up being, I am going to be annoyed. Okay, he switches. Thank God for that. Gets the defense drop. Jeez. That is actually not that bulky. How much did I do? 23? I did 23. Okay, I think I've... So it's... yeah, I reckon this is Spadef, you know. I reckon this is Spadef. Yeah, someone's just asked why no body press. Surely body press was the bring there, from his perspective. Like, surely it should have been body press. I might aggressively go Delphox, you know, I'm tired of this. I feel like a close combat could come out here. He doesn't click Stone Edge. Like, why would you click Stone Edge here? Because it's definitely max HP at least. It's definitely at least max HP. Oh, that set's really throwing me off. I don't like this. Oh no, Wood Hammer does too much actually. I don't have a ghost type though. I reckon a Horn Leech comes here, right? I reckon a Horn Leech comes here. It's minus defense as well. I'm just gonna go Stealer because oh, Nature's Madness, that makes sense. Yeah. Madness. He can't stay in. He might stay in, you know. Or Zard comes in aggressively. Zard may come in aggressively. Or he goes like Bronzong. There's no way he stays in. Or if he does stay in, he clicks Nature's Madness again, right? It's definitely bulky. So I'm gonna go Coco. Yeah, he goes out to Bronzong. So that's nice. I actually just go Sharpedo on Bronzong because it has Shadow Ball, so I actually can't go Delphox. Yeah, I'm gonna U-turn. He's asleep. I don't know how many. Oh, he's asleep. He's been asleep for 1 turn. I think is what that means. I actually don't remember. Okay, so interesting first 20 turns. He's thinking what to do here. Because he knows he gets 2-shot by... Yeah, he goes Bulu, so this might do a good chunk, you know? 17. That's the wrong tab. Coco doing 17 to Bulu with U-turn. Okay, so I think I've min-rolled again on max HP. Um, oh, yeah, I have Zapdos. I do have a Zapdos. I'm going to U-turn on Skarm coming out here, though, I think. And if he stays in, I can just go Stealer. He goes Bronzong. So that did a lot. Jesus. Because what's Bulu at? After like one more, I think Ice Fang might actually kill. So I'm just going to crunch her. He goes Skarm this time, which won't take that much, but defense drops. I'm getting all the defense drops. We see lefties on the Skarm. I don't really like my position currently, if I'm honest. I'm getting all the defense drops, Sharpedo, which is hilarious. So bring out Skarmory, and 34. He's got body press for sure, by the way. 44 off crunch. It's actually Spadef. It is actually Spadef. So that's a thing. It's Spadef. I'm gonna go Delphox here. On Roost. Now I'm going to assume my low tick comes out now. I wish I had... So I basically need like one more hit on Bulu and then I can do that. My low tick obviously comes out here though. Which I don't do that much to Psychic, yeah. This is so stally, and I hate it. It's unbelievably stally. Yeah, here goes my low tick. This is just unbelievably stally, I hate it. I don't know if Coco one-shots this, actually. I feel like I did do... Yeah, so it's a 50-50 roll, so at the HP he's at, it will. He's at 100%, why did I think he wasn't? Does Grass Knot obviously isn't going to do more, Harry. I hate this. I hate how this match is going. I feel like he might stay on this one, you know. And a Thunderbolt into the Bulu isn't bad, because I Thunderbolt then U-turn. But then I lose momentum. How much does... That's the wrong tab, again. There is a lot of over-talking in the chat and it's kind of distracting me a bit. How much is Zapdos doing to Bulu? Because it's not physically defensive with close combat. 43. Okay. I'm going to U-turn. He might steer. He actually does still go Bulu here, so that's good. You get another 17% off. So at 61, Sharpedo might kill. Not quite. I need one more hit. I can't really go Delphox because it'll just go Milotic on Delphox. I'll go Zapdos again. He probably knows I'm banded from last time. I might click CC, you know. I might click CC. Because it will two-shot this. If I go -1 defense, it still can't kill me. I'm going to CC. And he goes Skarmory, which gets two-shot. Oh, oh, that is max bulk. Huh? What kind of roll did I get before? I also min-rolled. Oh no, I didn't actually. I like... Because it's leftovers. It's taking like... Yeah. This is actually just painful. This is painful. I'm struggling to break him. I'm definitely struggling to break right now. There is a roost coming here, right? The thing is, as someone's just said in the chat, someone will crit at some point, and that crit will matter hugely. That crit is going to hugely matter when someone crits. When someone crits, it's going to massively matter. The thing is, once... Actually, how much... Let me just check. How much does Coco do to Bulu with... assuming it's max for death, which I feel like it is. Is Dazzling Beam a two-shot? 33 min with leftovers. No. That's min, to be fair. I'm gonna go Coco. Probably a roost, yeah. He had no reason not to do that. I just need a bit of damage on it. At some point he's not going to go Bulu, right? Surely at some point he's not going to go Bulu. I've U-turned every time. But I'm going to U-turn again. And he stays in this time. I almost did it. I almost so almost clicked Thunderbolt there. He gets rocks up. Which is actually really annoying because that's more chip. I'm going to Leech Seed because he's not going to go Bulu. He might now try and go Zard or something. He does actually go Bulu, so absorb, Leaf Seed, that's fine. He gets a lot of health back. So he gets his lefties. No, it's not lefties. Thing is, he's not going to stay in, right, though. He doesn't stay in, there's a load of dogs going mad outside my house currently. Yeah, he swaps into Bronzong, so you get the Leech Seed off. So that was a good play. I don't know if that means he wakes up this turn, or if he has been asleep one turn. So I don't know if this is his last turn or his second turn asleep. I'm just gonna go Sharpedo again because it can't do that much to Sharpedo, and I get here goes my low tick here. Honestly, I might just crunch it because I'm getting tired of this. So this is my downfall. I'm not patient enough. I'm just not patient enough. That's the issue. I need to play it patiently. I need to be patient. I need to be patient. But I just don't feel patient. Crunch is actually a free shot. Let's just crunch. It's actually got a Spadef. Whirlpool. Okay, right. So I'm actually very glad I stayed in now. Because it would have tried to trap Florges there and set up Bronzong again. So I'm actually glad I stayed in there. It gets forced to recover spam here, but now that Terrain's gone, it's getting negative HP, and I will crit it eventually or get a defense drop. I just have to break something, because then once this has gone, Delphox goes in. Once Bulu's gone, Coco goes in. Can I please crit something? Oh my god. Where are the crits? Where are the crits? He recovers, yeah. Where are the crits? Where are the crits? Where are the crits? I get crit after 5 turns. In the League War. But I can't get a crit back. Like, come on. Come on. Oh, it's just frustrating. Like, I hate playing like this. If it's not burned, I actually kill. No, I don't. It's at 70. Oh, for God's sake. I actually hate this so much. I hate this with a passion. I hate this. I hate this. This is so bad. This is so stally. This is awful. This is actually just awful. Oh wait, no, it's not full Spadef though. It might be like Calm or something. Even then, I'm not gonna kill. I hate this so much. Oh, I'm in pain. Oh, this is awful. I'm gonna lose this game. I'm so not interested in finishing this game, to be honest. This is not fun at all. It's just not fun. And this is what I mean. I am massively regretting having Life Orb now, because it's not helping my longevity. I wish I had Roost over Grass Knot. Grass Knot's completely pointless here. Like, it's completely pointless. So I wish I had Roost, and then this matchup would be completely different. I'd still be in a really good spot, but Coco can't survive long enough to be good here. Like, Coco can't survive long enough. So, Bulu comes in. We get a crit. Well, there's the crit. Could have used that a couple of turns ago. Close combat is 37 to 44. So it's not going to kill. This is the worst match I've ever been a part of. Delph also takes 25% from rocks, so I don't want to do that. He just slow plays it out. How close am I to... I'm not nowhere near PP stalling him. I hate this. I need high rolls on the scum. It's a 50-50 to kill. It is a 50-50 roll to kill on the Skarmory with... it is a 50-50 roll to kill the Skarmory. And it's not fully physically defensive. Well, it is, but... Like, you throw leftovers on there, which is what the set is. And it's a 50% chance to two-shot after leftovers. 50%. So I need to hit that 50%. I have to get this 50%. Oh, for goodness sake! Like, come on. Like, he's just going to roost, right? So I'm just going to close combat again. I don't care anymore. 2%. Of course he lives. Like, yeah. Like, it's ridiculous. And he gets more back from bloody... thing as well. I gain nothing from being in this situation. I'm going Stealer and I'm clicking Heavy Slam on the Bulu. He went wrong zone. I'm just going to EQ. 1%! 1%! For God's sake! It's 1%! 1%! My God! It's 1%! I have an exam in 12 hours. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, yeah, here comes Zard. Not surprising. That actually did a lot. Florges is the play. I should be able to defog. Fire Blast doing 35. I don't think that's specs. Yeah, it's not specs. It's Scarf. I'm pretty sure it's Scarf. Probably Scarf. So there's definitely a switch coming here, but I don't really care about Zon coming in because I'll kill it with Moonblast. Maybe not actually. I'll wish. He goes Booley. I should have defogged. We've only seen Nature's Madness. I don't want to risk this being bulk up. I feel like he's going to click Nature's Madness. I'm pretty sure he clicks Nature's Madness. And even if I take a hit on Zapdos, I heal back up. So I'm going to do that. It's Focus Punch, but that's not going to do that. Oh. You broke Porygon now. It doesn't do Focus Punch. Oh, this is just... Oh, this is hilarious. You know, this is actually hilarious. I'm going to use him this time because I think there's a fairly good chance he stays in. He actually just went Scum again. There we go. You turn off. And we'll get Coco in here. Thing is, if I take 10%, I can't U-turn because if I take 10%, I actually die to rocks. So I am just going to T-bolt here. Yeah, he goes Bulu. I am just angry, to be honest. I am upset. I'm going to declaim. I hate this so much. I struggle to beat my loading now, as well. It's min 37. This should be killing. Come on, the stupid 50% roll. It's a 50% roll. And I've lost it twice. And I got no crits on the Bronzong. How many people are in the bloody voice chat watching this pain? I'm interested. No one, thank God for that. If people were watching this, I would be concerned. Hey! I finally got higher than half the roll! Come on, close combat. Come on, close combat. It's like 60% of the roll I've got to kill right now. Come on, please. No, for goodness sake. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever been so tilted by Pokemon before in my life. So okay, so let's just appreciate. The roll is 49 to 57. 49 to 57. I've got bloody had 52, 51, 51, 50, 54, 50. What is that roll? I know. I know. I know. I only have 3 close combats left now, so I can't even win anyway. This is just awful. So all I needed was a CC roll. Or a crit. Or a crit and scum. Or I needed that crit and scum. Like... Actually, with Bronzong weakened, I can Brave Bird. So my only chance of winning is to crit. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not turning Caps Lock off. Caps Lock can stay on. Jesus Christ. There goes Ornn. Oh my god. Does Flor just get 2-shot? Yeah, I mean it's not brilliant, but at least I got something going my way in this. Like the close combat rolls were just so awful there. That was so bad. Fire Blast did 35, so we also get to a point now where he can't beat Celesteela. because I reckon this is. I think this is scarfed. I'm pretty sure this is scarfed. Yeah, it's definitely not specs. 35. Okay, so you actually max rolled on timid scarf. What about modest scarf? Yeah, that is it within roll of modest scarf. But I have leftovers, so I should be good. I actually think. We're also at a point where if I can get rid of my Lotic, Delphox goes in, and he knows that, so he has to keep other stuff alive. It's also definitely Grassy Seed, Hitmonlee, otherwise he would have brought it in earlier. Or Scarf Hitmonlee, to be fair. I'll just go Florges. You can also miss, so there's that. I have to protect this turn. Yeah. I have to protect this turn, because now I live. He's got the 35 twice. He has to max roll to kill here. Yeah, he goes Bronzong here. And please tell me Moonblast kills. If not, I'm going to be very upset because it's going to rest again. For 15 is min roll on max HP. Oh, please. Please, please, please. I have to Moonblast again. Yeah, I don't care about Bulu coming in. I had to Moonblast there. So thing is, now with Scarm gone, Zapdos gets a kill with Brave Bird every time it comes in. I don't want to take a massive hit here though. I feel like he might double Zard. Well, I don't know, there's an easy way to answer this one. Oh yeah, that's too much damage. That is way too much damage. But I feel like he Nature's Madnesses. I'm just going to go Stealer. I'm going to play it safe. I have to play this safe. I've still got a margin of a chance. And he would have healed so much from that as well. I forgot how Horn Leech worked. He would have healed a ton from that. I'm feeling Zard, but honestly, Heavy Slam into Zard isn't even that bad. And I sit on my low tick. Because being burned doesn't massively matter. I mean, Florges also sits on my low tick, to be fair. It's Recover Whirlpool, it doesn't have Flip Turn. So I'm going to finally get my defog off. Yeah, so he traps it in with Whirlpool. But Bronzong should die. Or he could go Bulu. Yeah, I'm just going to defog now to get rid of the rocks. Surf isn't going to do much. I'll get rid of rocks. Oh, it's also not Scald, so Stealer sits on it all day as well. So that's nice to know. So I'll go for a Wish here. Surf is doing 20. So I live another. And he might try and make a swap here into like the Bulu or the... not the Bronzong, but maybe the Bulu, so I'm going to Moonblast. I live. If I'd got crit there, I would have had to bite my tongue because I would have probably flipped. So he recovers. But we can just sit here all day, realistically, because he's not... How long does Whirlpool last for? The big question is, does Whirlpool end? Oh. It did on that turn. So now I'm trapped again. This is okay though, like, we're stalling technically, but I think I outstall him. I don't know what PP is like. Oh, you do get 24 surfs though. Yeah, he recovers there. Yeah, give me another special attack drop. Now I can just stall it. Because who is messaging me on Discord? Oh, the PLs came out. Meanwhile, he does a flip turn. What is this? This set's... that's a weird set. Okay, so Bronzong will die here. So now we're at 4 each somehow. Bulu probably, yep. But we now know Celesteela walls the Milotic as well, so I'm not too worried about that. Leech Seed's actually more useful, yeah. I'll just get Leech Seed off. And then I'm gaining health from it. Like, I don't care if you Whirlpool, because I'm especially defensive, so I assume I don't take much. Hold on. Let's just check before I make a huge mistake. Oh yeah, I don't take much at all. It's like 20%. And I get all of it back. I'll protect turn 1. Because he went for flip turn. Okay. Does he flip turn again? He's actually slower than me, I think, so maybe not. Because he flip turns... He flip turns into Zard, but there's nothing I can really do about that. I actually go Delphox at that point. He actually Whirlpools this time, so... We're sitting here. I outstall this, though, over time. Between Stealer and Florges, I do outstall this. I do outstall this, so... Yeah, you go for recover. How many recovers does he have left? Only 9. He's only got 9 left. So, this isn't too bad. He's also now not getting grassy terrain, which is going to speed this up a bit. I kind of want to save my Heavy Slam, so I'm going to Earthquake. Oh my god, of course. Of course, of course. Of course. Of course that happened. I'm actually going to go Delphox on this one. Yeah, because I thought that was going to happen. I thought at some point he's going to double Bulu on that coming in. At some point it's going to happen. So, who wants me to click Solar Beam here? Bets on me Solar Beaming here. Even though it's not, although we know this has got Spadef, to be fair. So it won't... What's the Milotic at? Yeah, too much, actually. I could Psychic. I could Psychic it, because I won't die to one hit, yeah. And does that kill Bulu? Yes, it does. Oh, it's 41 then. Yeah, I'm going to Psychic. Yeah, because this should... If I get a Spadef drop, it definitely will. Or a crit, that does it too. Yeah, I'll just Psychic again. It can't kill me. Yeah, oh, it's recovering. Well, it's down to 8 now. So I'll just go Stealer again. Oh, as he goes Bulu? Okay. Didn't expect that one. Thing is, Bulu's health doesn't matter a ton currently. I'm just going to Heavy Slam this turn, even though he does go Milotic here. Now, I feel like he might double back into Bulu. So I'm going to Heavy Slam one more time. Yeah. Okay, now I'm in a really good spot because this should kill. Yes. Okay, good. Big play, big play. That's a big play. That's turned the tide in my favour now. Delphox, you're checking Zard now, apparently. Yeah, only doing 30%. You're checking Zard now. Honestly, the Flame Orb actually doesn't matter much because I never got... Actually, it will because it means, I think, Zapdos kills Milotic at this range. I just Psychic here. I am fast. It's not Scarf. Oh, it's Dragon Dance. That's kind of cool. So he's going to Earthquake here, which may or may not kill. So he's mixed. Is Earthquake going to kill? If it, let's assume worst case scenario, and it's max attack, even though we know from the roll it isn't. Yeah, that's not... Oh, if at +1... It's actually not killing, even if it's max attack. So that is a-okay by me. Scorching Sand won't kill, and Psychic will get rid of Charizard. So Delphox actually putting in work in the end, defensively checking his Charizard, which I didn't expect it to be doing in this matchup. So it was Dragon Dance. So why not Agility if there were no physical attacks? It's not Seed. It's not Seed. So it's probably Scarf. I'm going to Psychic in case he bulks up. He actually endured? Oh, okay. So he gets 1 point of attack and now he's fast. So that's a thing. Okay. But, Reversal. What type is Reversal? Is fighting, okay. The less HP the user has. Oh, are we going like... Oh boy. I may have still lost this here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so... +1 attack. No, not +2. +1 attack. Reversal. And it's at 7%. That's not good. Is there a way I can input it? I can. It's at 7%. Celesteela. Oh my God, Celesteela. Oh no. Well, this is bad. Oh, Zapdos lives. How does Zapdos live? Why does Zap... That makes more sense to me. So I just Brave Bird. He actually endured again. So he's trying to make me take Recall, but I only took 2%, so... Yeah, 1% that was always going to kill. Yeah. That was smart, to be fair. Yeah, Celesteela dies. Unless Forges somehow lives, but it shouldn't. Oh, it might, you know. But Poison Jab will probably kill. Oh my God, it doesn't. Wait. No, I'm on 75. So I have to come in, click Protect. I have to come in, click Protect, and I live. I come in, click Protect, and he has to max roll. Oh my God. And then I outstall my low tick. between Stealer and Forgers. Reversal doesn't kill. Reversal doesn't kill. I live. I live. Please, I live. I definitely live. I have to live. It's max 76. Yes! Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. He'll kill me with Surf, yeah. And then Stealer stalls it. Because he has 8 recovers. I have enough moves to outstall that. Yeah. He might just let it know. He's going to play it out. He's actually gone. So that's a thing. He has 7 recovers left. I'm just going to start clicking Protect here. I outstall it. So I've just about pulled this one through. What a ridiculous game. I will definitely send him a DM afterwards, just to clear the air there a bit, because that was very frustrating on both parts, I think, for us to play, for sure. Well, this was a game. Yeah, I have so many protects, so... I'm just going to Leech Seed here on him recovering, yeah. Does Leech Seed wear off? Does Leech Seed actually ever wear off? It might do. Does Leech Seed wear off? Big resell, effect ends. Grass type Pokemon are immune to this move, but no its effect. I don't believe so. So I just protect every other turn here. I beat it eventually. It just might take a while. We're going to hit 100 turns in a minute, so what a legendary legendary game, let's be honest. Jesus. I cannot believe I won this. I genuinely cannot believe I won this. You know, I'll protect on the recover, actually. Protect the actual attack rather than recover. If that makes sense. Not that it means anything, because I'm going to be at 100 anyway. Turn 100! There we are! You've had to endure another hour and a half of me doing this, like last season. This is longer than my game against Snap last season. But we were talking for loads during that, so it's... we're down to 4 recovers left. I get a crit. I stall it out eventually. Just about. It's actually close, you know. He recovers here. I'll just Leech Seed. No, he's going to keep missing Whirlpool. But it doesn't matter at this point. He's only got 3 recovers left. Yeah, he's only got 3 recovers left, so... Now we're down to 2. Finally in Whirlpool. There's another recover. I should get a crit. And then he'll use his last recover. And game is over. Ugh. So that's that happened. How long is my recording? We're at an hour 17. My laptop is about to die because we've been here for so long. Jeez. I mean, like, it was very frustrating to play against, but you know, it was like, it was the right idea. And reversal Hitmonlee with Endure is actually really cool. I didn't even realize that was a cool. That was really, really cool. That was really cool. So yeah, so that's a thing. I don't even know who got my kills. Who did get my kills? Let's check Porygon. Who got my kills? Because I don't even remember who got my kills. Why has Alex DM'd me? What time does my exam end tomorrow? It's 3-ish. Just replying to DMs during a video, actually. Oh, Porygon broke, so I can't even see who got the kills. Let me grab replay then. Hello? Yeah, let me grab replay and put that in match results. So people can actually see that. Just in case it disappears, because Porygon broke when he went for Focus Punch, because Porygon doesn't like Focus Punch. Why did that open again? Yeah, that was an interesting one. I think Zapdos got 2 of them, at least. Florges actually got a couple. Florges got one. Did Delphox get one? No, Delphox didn't. No, Delphox got Zard. Yeah, Delphox got Zard. And then the other kill was Coco? No. What killed Bulu? Steeler. It might have been Steeler. Yeah, it was Steeler. So Steeler got 2 of them. That is the power of Celesteela right there. My goodness me. Jesus Christ. I need to look at PRs now. I'm interested to see where I came. Probably mid, because Coco Steeler is like carries on its own. But thank you so much for watching, everybody, especially if you've watched the entire thing, which will be, I know will be absolutely no one, but this has been a roller coaster of a match. Thank you so much for tuning in if you've tuned in at all, and goodbye.